Jim Jones believed that his words would put a stop to the rumors, quiet the rumors, and perhaps even change the course of events. However, he was surprised by Chrissy Lampkin's reaction. The same thing is being said by fans worldwide about this heartbreaking, unvarnished, and genuine clapback. Following 2 decades of holding, observing, and waiting back, Chrissy triumphed at last. This is not your typical celebrity feud. This is how an empire falls. 4000 captured the unraveling of the most notorious love story in Harlem and sent it directly to your timeline. Think about this. That studio chair is occupied by Jim. She knew where I stood, and I could see the diamond chain sparkling while my voice trembled as I told the world, I did my best. Those remarks, he believed, would paint him as the sufferer of a broken heart. Fans, however, ripped the clips apart as soon as they were posted online, and while Jim's followers rushed to until now, Chrissy had been silent in support of him. Furthermore, she didn't issue a press statement when she responded. It wasn't a photoshopped Instagram picture, it was a scathing statement of truth, suffering, and treachery that rocked every platform due to hacked communications. Confidential voicemails, and even unreleased video, are currently spreading like wildfire from VH1's Backstage. In the midst of it all, Chrissy is stronger, sharper, and louder than ever. Friends have turned into foes, celebrities have taken sides, and Twitter threads have become battlefields. It is not a question of whether Jim Jones makes it through this. The query is whether now, anyone can stop Chrissy. Following Jim Jones' statement, there was no serenity in the quiet. It was under strain. Gazing at the camera while adjusting his diamond chains, Jim was sitting in that studio chair. He hoped his remarks would take back the story. He realized, I gave it my all. She knew we're like a man attempting to persuade himself as much as the world. I stood, he remarked in a flat voice, but I waited. Fans, however, weren't buying it when the video was leaked online. Line by line, they ripped it to pieces. I did my best. The internet made a decision right away after 20 years of recommendations that were avoided, and countless justifications. Jim did not suffer harm. He was vulnerable. In a matter of minutes, the hashtag started to trend. Does she come too late by years? Hashtag Chrissy prevailed. Jimmy lost. Memes of Chrissy getting down on one knee and proposing in 2011 were all over Twitter. Last week when she revealed her engagement ring, captions cried out, she waited, he wasted. Even TikTok writers joined in, fusing images of Chrissy's most heartfelt hip-hop and love scenes with clips of Jim's speech. One post went viral with over 2 million views, summarizing the sentiment. Essentially, it was an admission, and while the internet went crazy, Chrissy remained silent. No Instagram pictures, no mysterious tales, no interviews with the media for 2 days in a row. Chrissy, tell the truth. One Twitter user put, while the rings said it all, insiders knew better. Another person remarked, she don't got to say a word. They muttered that Chrissy was working on a major project. An unlikely source, the gossip blog, Harlem Truths, which is notorious for its leaks, was the first to break the silence. Unexpectedly, they dropped 8 seconds of audio. It was a distinct voice. Chrissy's. Through her words, you could sense the emotion exploding. It was 20 years. Jimmy, I'll be your wife in 20 years. Give me tranquility in 20 years. You gave me nothing but quiet. Think I was a waste of time? No, darling, that was a missed opportunity. The web froze. It then blew up. Videos of Chrissy and Jim's montage were adorned with audio clips that fans the past. Her comments were transformed into mock-ups, merchandise, tattoos, and captions. Hashtag, she said. It replaced hashtag Chrissy1 as the trending hashtag. The video quickly became viral on the internet. Despite Jim's best efforts to deflect the attention, the momentum continued to grow. Chrissy's cries had turned into a battle cry. The texts then arrived. Allegedly, screenshots of Chrissy's communication with a close pal appeared online. The texts were unvarnished, unpolished, and devastating. For decades, he had no trouble embarrassing me, but he pleaded with me not to do the same to him. It's enough. I didn't go out and harm him again. I went out to protect myself. Fans didn't give a damn if it was real. They were examined like scripture and shared like wildfire on Instagram and Twitter. According to people close to the situation, Jim lost it. With his phone slammed against the table, he allegedly raged around his studio, berating his colleagues for failing to prevent the leaks. She's turning the whole world against me, he yelled, according to one source. However, the reality was that the world was already against him. Then Mama Jones entered the fray by sharing one of her famously enigmatic films from her kitchen counter. Love don't live in lies, and I taught my son better, she said, holding a glass of wine. Fans let out a gasp. Did she support with Chrissy? In the comment area, one fan wrote, even Mama Jones knows. Another fan commented, others dragged Jim mercilessly. If your own mama sides with Chrissy, you done lost. When a behind-the-scenes video from the VH1 reunion emerged, the violence escalated. A person working on the production had captured the events that transpired shortly after Chrissy disclosed her marital status. Jim can be heard ranting off mic in the video. In fact, she abandoned me for him. Damn, that one line validated all the fans' suspicions after everything. Love didn't blindside Jim. regret was haunting him. It was a field day for social media. Resurfaced were old videos of Chrissy pleading for commitment. While Chrissy broke down in tears, Jim dodged the situation with an explanation. They were stacked next to her wedding reveal in TikTok compilations with comments like he stalled, she begged, she walked, and she prevailed. Twitter timelines became battlefields. Team Jim accused Chrissy of being unfaithful. Because he wasted 20 years of her life, Team Chrissy dragged him. As fans believed it could not get any hotter, celebrities entered the fray. Mina Erica, Remy Ma said, Chrissy held him down longer than most of y'all would have. Respect her choice. Cardi B liked a post that said, she's the queen now. Remy Ma tweeted, this is why you don't play with a woman's time. Each response fueled the flames. Jim's statement that was intended to defend him was overshadowed by Chrissy's surge. Chrissy, however, wasn't done. Finally, she broke her silence by going live on Instagram. Wearing a beautiful white outfit while sitting, perfect makeup but a stern expression, she gave the camera her whole attention. Jimmy had his turn. He had his say. My turn now. I offered him my youth, my love, and my commitment. Alongside him, I made a sacrifice for him. He believed I would wait interminably as I waited, but forever has a deadline. It blew up in the comments area. Emojis of fire poured into verified accounts. The discussion was flooded with Queen and Preacher fans. What separates me from Jimmy is that when I say I do, I mean it. I said it to the man who chose me, not the man who wasted me, Chrissy added, leaning closer and verging on whispering. On the internet, there was silence. The defenders of Jim were unable to twist it. The tide had entirely changed. The headlines cried out. Chrissy prevailed in the end. However, a new storm formed before anyone could enjoy the festivities for too long. 11:57 p.m., Harlem Truths shared a preview. The tale will be completed with receipts tomorrow. Just white lettering on a black background, no context, no details. Within minutes, the hashtag Midnight Receipts became popular. The fans conjectured incessantly. Was Chrissy there, keeping more sinister realities hidden? Was Jim hiding something of his own? Or was there going to be another character added to the story? The web remained silent. Jim kept quiet. Chrissy's live stream ended. Mama Jones has vanished. Fans remained glued to their televisions, already divided and enamored. Because everyone was aware of the same thing, there was yet more to come. It was simply the beginning of the storm. When midnight rolled around, Harlem Truths was there. It was more than a simple leak. That was an explosion. Their website featured blurry video footage, audio files, and screenshots under the headline, 20 Years of Lies Revealed. The real story of Jim and Chrissy. The first shocking revelation was a purported exchange of text messages between Jim and an unidentified confidant. Months before Chrissy's wedding, in one conversation, she's bluffing. Chrissy ain't going nowhere. She addicted to me. Even if she walked, she always come back. Another line said, she might think she's strong, but she ain't built to live without Jimmy. The conceit was evident in the messages, and fans erupted. Twitter was inundated with screenshots of the texts with titles like "This is why she left." I was humiliated by her on TV. I can't forgive you for that. The audio so became popular right away. TikTok developers placed it was set to melancholy piano music, portraying Jim as the man who had lost everything but yet desired power. The man who wanted to be in charge despite losing everything. Then the video clip appeared. The fans let out a gasp. Using a staff member's phone, the video was grainy backstage footage from the VH1 reunion. Jim yells in the video as Chrissy storms out of her dressing room. Hallway, you're going to play me like that? Then, despite her shaky voice, Chrissy responds sharply. Play you. Jimmy, you did it to yourself. You had 20 years to decide on me, but you didn't. I made the decision. The internet went wild. Every platform saw a surge in the number of clips. Celebrities once again weighed in, with one fan tweeting, "This is Shakespeare, not hip-hop." Another said, "We're watching the fall of Jim Jones in real time." 50 Cent shared the video again with the caption, "She examined him as if he were due for rent. This is why I don't wait on no man." Michelle tweeted, "After 20 years, not at all. Chrissy offered her life, and Braxton made excuses for it when he went live tomorrow." The last chuckle went to her. Jim's camp rushed to deny the leak when it came to light. His boss issued a brief comment. These purported disclosures are fabricated, misrepresented, and twisted. The harm was done, but Jim is still committed to his family and his music. The fans didn't trust a word. Chrissy played it flawlessly in the meanwhile. She didn't say anything about the leaks. Instead, she uploaded a single image on Instagram, showing her hand and wedding ring shining in the sunlight, along with the words, "Peace greater than chaos." In less than 8 hours, the post received over 1 million likes. But then there was another twist. What did Harlem Truths drop? They referred to the missing component, a series of emails between VH1 producers. According to one producer, Chrissy asked us not to exploit Jim's reaction. We ignored it. The disclosure was too fantastic for the ratings. In response, someone else said, "She has no idea how viral this will get. Jim's going to its show business to be crushed." Immediately, the public turned on VH1. Supporters accused the network of purposefully putting Jim in a humiliating situation, manipulating viewers' emotions, and taking advantage of black love for views. #RespectRC and #ScanCell, VH1 trended together. Then came the most outrageous turn of all. A final file was teased by Harlem Truths, a purported message from Chrissy's new spouse. The night of the reunion, a brief text message was sent to her. "I am proud of you. Allow them to speak. Forever, I have you." Supporters stopped. Suddenly, Jim's demise wasn't the only thing at stake. It was about a new beginning for Chrissy. The identity of the mysterious man caused a flurry of speculation. The blogs went deep. Some cited Marcus Bellamy, the well-known architect she allegedly met in 2022. Some conjectured that it was a long-time industry insider she had concealed. The captions of the memes that appeared read, "Jim lost 20 years. Marcus won forever." Jim's silence grew louder by the hour. Wasn't clapping back on Instagram Live, wasn't dropping cryptic bars, wasn't sharing pictures wearing shades and chains. Insiders speculated that he was in shock, withdrawing in his townhouse in Harlem and not answering calls. But Mama Jones wasn't quiet. She made another post, this one more straightforward. "In addition to loving my baby, I also adore Chrissy. What you all watched on TV isn't the half. Sometimes the lesson is in losing, but they both harm each other." She said something that went viral. Fans fought for ages. Some accused her of disparaging Jim. She was shielding him, according to others. In any case, the fire merely became hotter. Get back on like detectives. Followers started searching through old love and hip-hop videos on social media. The video reappeared with millions of views after they discovered a scene from 2013 in which Chrissy said to Jim, "I can't wait forever. I won't wait forever." It was dubbed the prophecy fulfilled by fans. The most startling incident, however, happened late that night. Unidentified Instagram users shared what they said was a fresh voicemail that Jim had recorded a few days prior. He cracked his voice in it, expressed to her my unwavering love for her. "I simply didn't know how to express it. So tell her that I believed she would never go." The voicemail quickly went viral. Some claimed it demonstrated Jim's brokenness. Some accused it as manipulation, an effort to drag Chrissy into the past. The internet was unable to turn away in any case. In an unexpected turn of events, Chrissy herself went live once more. She spoke steadily, her face composed. She took up the turmoil. "I didn't want this to turn into a circus," she explained. "To be clear, Jimmy was my partner, my family, and my love. But love without action is limbo. And she continued, her eyes welling with tears, "I refuse to live in limbo any longer. He had his chance. He had 20 years of possibilities. Now, I have peace. I have happiness. I have someone who chose me without hesitation. And there is no leak. No." The comments section was ablaze with heart emojis, clapping hands, and chants of Queen energy. Rumor, no headline can take that away. They even silenced her detractors. The words that Chrissy had spoken came down with a bang. But just when fans believed the story had reached its conclusion, there was one last teaser released by Harlem Truths. The internet froze in its tracks when a blurry picture of Chrissy and her new husband was posted with the statement, "The face reveal comes tomorrow." Who was the man who, after decades of drama, ultimately captured Chrissy's heart? The countdown was on. Twitter went completely crazy. Jim remained mute, absent, and troubled by the love he believed he would always have, despite blogs that speculated incessantly. The entire globe waited anxiously. Tomorrow was not a typical day. The mystery man's face would emerge tomorrow. When it happened, Jim and Chrissy's story would be permanently altered. There had been pandemonium on the internet before, but nothing had prepared it for the bomb. The following day, at precisely noon, Harlem Truths was released. One picture re-energized their eyes. A tall, well-dressed man with a clear face stood hand in hand with Chrissy Lannon. The message said, "Get to know Marcus Bellamy, Chrissy's spouse." The response was instantaneous. On Twitter, fans yelled. Screenshots went viral on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, claiming that she really married him. Within a few minutes, Marcus's name was going viral all over the world. Marcus wasn't just any old person. He was a well-known celebrity architect who created mansions for musicians and other celebrities. Rick Ross reportedly recruited him to design one of his Miami properties, as did Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Suddenly, Chrissy's new spouse was more than simply an enigmatic figure. He was an opera player, having links to the highest level of supporters. Put the tale together. Leaks claim that Chrissy and Marcus first met in 2022 at an interior design gala. According to sources, he was enthralled with her presence and described her as a woman who understands her value. By 2023, they had become inseparable in a discreet way. And by early 2024, less than 30 people attend a wedding in Spain during a pink sunset. There were a ton of theories on the internet. Chrissy had been covertly plotting her breakup with Jim for years. According to others, Jim kept her waiting while Marcus helped her behind the scenes, acting as the mystery man the entire time. The wave of memes came. Jim gave her 20 years of excuses. Marcus provided her 20 months of assurance. But Jim stopped being silent. According to one widely shared post, After the announcement, he went live on Instagram a few hours later. His face was obscured by shades, his voice was hoarse, and when he moved in his seat, "They want me to fold." He claimed that they wanted me to appear weak. However, I have something to tell you. I never lost her. I was lost by her. Quickly, the live spiraled, with thousands of viewers. #Chrissy, one hashtags flooded the comments. The Jim's anger came to the surface. Marcus is a clown. That guy. I held her down without his presence. By the time the streets came for us, he was gone. The history is unknown to him. Jim mumbled very silently. But then came the slip. She had been conversing with him during her time with me. Fans saw it right away. Screenshots circulated online. The headlines cried out, "Chrissy may have cheated on Marcus," according to Jim Jones. Suddenly, the story took a different turn. Was there a relationship overlap between Chrissy and Marcus? Or was Jim making up stories to get back his honor? Harlem Truths added fuel to the flames by releasing what they said were 2021 emails between Chrissy and Marcus. "You see me in ways Jimmy never did. You make me feel chosen, Marcus. You see me in ways Jimmy never did. You make me feel chosen." Chrissy supposedly wrote in them, and the internet went crazy. After decades of uncertainty, Team Chrissy argued that she had every right to move on. She was charged by Team Jim with disloyalty, claiming that she set up her escape by playing the victim. Marcus himself, meanwhile, broke his silence by sharing a chic Instagram picture of himself and Chrissy at dinner. His shoulder held her head. "The one that I chose her when it mattered. Forever means forever," was the caption, and fans went crazy. Some people praised the romance. Others accused him of stealing Chrissy from the legendary Harlem character. As the man who took Chrissy away from the legend of Harlem, then, Mama Jones came back with another footage of a kitchen counter. This time, it was obviously emotional. "What no one says doesn't matter to me," she said. "That man, Marcus, he gave Chrissy what my son couldn't. That's the truth. Jimmy, I love you, but sometimes love ain't enough." The reality, the comment area went up in flames. Mama Jones's supporters referred to her as a queen for being honest. She was accused of betraying her own son by critics. One thing, however, was obvious. Her remarks were more profound than any tabloid headline. VH1 was in the hot seat once more as the drama dominated the culture. According to an internal letter that was leaked, the network had considered not airing Chrissy's wedding announcement at all. Despite their alleged concern of irrevocable reaction against Jim, executives ultimately succeeded by chasing ratings. Millions of people watched the reunion special, smashing attendance records, solely to hear Chrissy's shocking revelation. And the consequences didn't end there. According to insider information, Jim had covertly prepared his own on-camera proposal. In the same reunion, he had a ring hidden in his suitcase, reportedly prepared for a last-ditch effort to win Chrissy back. However, his section was deleted by the producers to allow Chrissy to make her announcement. We have yet to see the purported ring. The fans let out a gasp. Is karma finally catching up, or did VH1 destroy Jim to get views? Hashtags raged, theories ran wild, and the society was more split than ever. Another audio leak that came to light was the tipping moment. This time, it was a voicemail purportedly recorded weeks prior to Chrissy's wedding, from Jim to Chrissy herself. His voice wavered. "Don't turn me away, even though I know I haven't been the man you wanted me to be. Don't let anyone else take my place. It's always been you. You know?" Fans analyzed the audio in great detail. Some heard manipulation. Some heard desperation. The contrast was obvious. Anyway, Jim asked. Marcus went with ... The knockout blow was then delivered by Chrissy. She uploaded a brand new video. She spoke straight into the camera while calmly sipping wine and using calm. "I lost him, but you can't lose what you have," Jimmy remarked. "Never had," she said. "I wanted a partner. I wanted a husband. I wanted forever. He gave me limbo. Marcus gave me peace." Her words quickly went viral, and within hours, the hashtag peace over limbo became popular all over the country. Jim tried to clap back with a freestyle uploaded to SoundCloud, but the lyrics were raw, and she wore white. Women flooded Twitter with their own stories of leaving long-term relationships that left them nothing but waiting in pain. Chrissy wasn't just viewed as a woman who won. She became a symbol. At the conclusion of the week, Chrissy and Marcus were sighted on a romantic vacation in Italy. Fans acknowledged that it was powerful, but it didn't change the storyline. If anything, it solidified his reputation as the man who let love slip away. "I wore the blame." She walked away. In the meantime, Jim was photographed by himself in Harlem, with his head down, while paparazzi captured them walking hand in hand down cobblestone streets. The story that started with a proposal in 2011 came to an end in 2024, when Chrissy married another man. Jim Jones had lost more than just a woman. He had lost the story, the empathy, and, fans claimed, 20 years of his life. However, as the dust settled, a final twist was about to happen. Harlem Truths hinted at a new drop. The secret Jim never wanted to be revealed. The internet braced itself because if this story if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Jim and Chrissy's drama never truly ends. If you've ever wondered why the internet is so animated, it's because Chrissy didn't simply reply. Instead, she took back control and converted 20 years of waiting into a single, unquestionable triumph. Chrissy proved to the world that when the truth speaks louder, silence is weakness. The leaks, voicemails, photos, ring, and face reveal are all leading to the most shocking reality story we've ever seen. And believe me, it will only get worse from here because Harlem, if you blink, you'll miss it. Truths isn't finished, Jim isn't finished, and Chrissy is only getting started. Tomorrow might bring another leak, tonight might bring another voicemail, and at any time, another bomb could drop that alters everything we believe to be true. What you need to do is hit the like button, leave a comment, and let me know if you're on the Team Chrissy or Team Jim side. More importantly, hit subscribe and enable your notifications immediately, because the next leak might happen while you're asleep. And when it does, you'll want to, because this narrative isn't just history. Stay locked in, right here. Don't let your friends send you the tea hours late. Don't let the internet find out before you. It is taking place in real time and live, and you do not wish to be the one abandoned when the next surprise arrives. The subsequent bombshell arrives. The subsequent bombshell